Hello there, Riddle fourth graders. Welcome to week 2, video 2 on art. So you've hopefully found the grade 4 art slides, and that's what I'm looking at here. A quick review. Last week we did the color wheel, and that color wheel we started with the 3 primary colors. The 3 primary colors are primary because we need those first to create other colors. We cannot take any other colors and mix them to create a primary color. We have to have the primary colors first. The primary colors are used to make our secondary colors. For example, red plus yellow is going to make orange. Red plus blue is going to make purple. Yellow plus blue is going to make green. Last week we also talked about the tertiary colors. So with the tertiary colors, we have yellow, and we're mixing yellow with red to make an orange. But let's say that we use more yellow, then that color will be called yellow-orange. If we use more red, that color will be called red-orange. As far as greens go, if we're making yellow and blue makes green, but we have more yellow in it, it's called yellow-green. If we have more blue in it, it's going to be called blue-green. Same goes for purple. If we are mixing red and blue together to make purple, but we use more red, it's going to be called red-purple, or more commonly called red-violet. If we have more blue, then it's going to be called blue-violet. And that fills the entire circle for our color wheel. So with our tertiary colors. So spinning off of those colors, I felt like it would be a good time to start talking about abstract art. And when I'm talking about abstract today, I'm talking about abstract non-objective. In non-objective artwork, there is no object. You can't see a picture of a horse. You cannot see a picture of a tennis shoe. You cannot see anything recognizable except for the elements. The elements that you would see are lines, shapes, colors, but no recognizable objects. A famous artist that challenged the art world and made abstract art was Mark Rothko. So what he was doing was looking at the relationship of colors. So what you can see here, if you can see the slide, has fields of color. So we've got yellow, orange, we have red-orange. So the entire image is orange, which makes this what's called monochromatic, which means one color is being used. And what he would do is sit there for hours. I had a professor that was able to watch him paint at one time, and he would sit there staring at it. He'd blend it, and then he would stare at it. And he was very, very interested in comparing the relationships and trying to have the colors be visible, but yet have that separation that you can see that there's a little bit of this regular orange around this lighter yellow orange. So he's looking very deeply into it, but just soon before this abstract started coming around, everyone believed art had to be purely realism. And realism is when, like a drawing, here's the Eiffel Tower, that has to be, the feeling that art has to be all real is being challenged by artists like Mark Rothko, saying that I'm making art and I'm comparing colors. That is what I'm doing. So he is creating a new thought and a new idea, and that helped. That's why he's famous. Same with Piet Mondrian. So he's a French artist, and he's got fields of colors. So we have these fields of white separated. We have the 3 primary colors. So we have red, yellow, and blue, and he's looking at the relationships of these colors with those fields of whites. The fields of white help separate. Now, when you look at this painting, do you notice the red first, or do we notice the yellow, or do we notice the blue first? Where do your eyes go? I feel like my eyes went to the red because the red shape is the largest. And yellow and red are both warm colors, and they are very bright. The yellow would be the first shape that we would go to. However, the relationship of size between the red and yellow is that the red is way bigger. So I kind of looked at that red first. But the yellow is just a sliver that really attracts a person's eye. So those are some things that Piet Mondrian would be talking about. This is a famous painting. You might see this on like a purse or on a person's T-shirt or a blouse or a dress. You might see a dress with this pattern. It's very famous by this artist, Piet Mondrian, who is challenging art. Jackson Pollock is another artist that became famous by doing his own thing, and he really enjoyed splatter painting. So he's taking paint and throwing it, dripping it, splashing it all over the place. He is the first American artist to become famous. At this time, most famous artists were living in Europe. So he is the first artist that was famous as an American, and he was on the cover of Time magazine as splattering his abstract non-objective. There's just simply shapes from the paint splattering. Wassily Kandinsky is a really cool artist, and he is our artist of the month. Wassily Kandinsky, this is an abstract non-objective. We have shapes and lines and colors. And what Wassily Kandinsky was talking about is that every artwork should be able to have a voice. It should convey feelings or thoughts to a person. And he was talking about trying to capture the concepts of music and putting the music into the painting. So he was very interested in sounds and trying to make these shapes and colors imitate what sounds and notes and music would do if they were visually on a painting. So it's kind of very, very interesting, very unique concept that he was working with. And then here is his Wassily Kandinsky's concentric circles. So we have these circles, and this is kind of like an experience to make. So if you're doing this, it's about just whatever paint you have, you go ahead and put some circles. Then you can do a big circle, you can do a small circle. Then if you have another color of paint, you can just, let's go a circle here, let's go a circle here. And there's no rhyme or reason, it's kind of more of the experience. And then as you're doing it, you're going to be thinking about colors. So when I did my example, I was thinking about warm colors. Do I want the warm colors here? Do I want complementary opposite colors on the color wheel? So I was really thinking about what colors that I wanted to see by each other. And then sometimes I would put colors that I felt like they would look ugly together, and I would still do it just to see what it would look like. So it's kind of like the whole experience. So Wassily Kandinsky is abstract, non-objective art. He was a Russian-born artist. He was born in 1866, and he passed away in 1944. The concentric circles, he did that in 1913. He was a leader in the art world. He was a leader at talking about art, and he was an art teacher. And he loved the idea of artwork conveying a feeling to the viewer. So your art project this week is going to be to either make or make both Pied Mondrian, fields of color, or concentric circles. And I did not use paint, I used colored pencils. After you make your drawings, you can click on that circle in the bottom corner, and then you can take a picture. You can be in the picture if you'd like, or you can just show me the artwork. And then we're going to post that on the art discussion, so that way your friends can see it, and then that way it will help keep all the projects together. And it is going to be a grade, and it's simply going to be that, yep, you did it. Yes, we did it. Yep, we did it. So I just need to see that I'm reaching you and you're able to post the pictures at this point. So please, let's make one or make both of these. Wassily, he's got a funny name, Wassily Kandinsky. And you should check out the Artist of the Month. There's some videos. If you click on the paintings, the one painting, the link is not working at this moment, but the other two are fairly entertaining, and you will get a totally good sense of what Wassily Kandinsky was like and how he was thinking and what his artwork was all about. So check that out, and I look forward to seeing in the art discussion a picture of your drawing. So we'll see you guys later.